could be still a core Mirana, but I heard a lot of the teams were playing position for Mirana.
Okay. She's back as a 4. If you have got a good set for her, that arrow is one of
X mark into arrow.
Yeah, I feel like Chen's one of those heroes we're going to see. That's just one of those really annoying heroes that not a lot of teams totally figure out how to play against.
And I feel like these teams that are in TI right now, they screamed against each other a lot because I think almost every single team was in China. Some of them were in SCA still, but you gotta scream against someone, right?
Yeah. Oh. You can go for the Ember AA. Ember here at least I can kind of get the Kunkka X combo. It's probably somewhat of an important trait to have when you're and Mirana follow up for the arrow too. He seems to be banning and picking. Right after that Ember ban, it was tight going.
Well, they had the time to think about the bans and picks because of the delay that we had, and the Shadow Demon banned out. No surprise there. This is one of the strongest position for 5s, in my opinion. Can be still played as core as well. OG ran it as core. Pasha ran it as position wall. His second ability feels so good. When the patch came out, I expected it to maybe twist the numbers a little bit because it sounded like a bit OP. No, just got the extra mana on the spell. That's it.
Yep. So as well and see what. So you're thinking support Mirana, or they're leaving it open.
That's the beauty of those, where you can play heroes at multiple roles. I feel like it could, or maybe even position 5. I still remember Cuckoo playing a position 5 Mirana when he was support.
I mean, the other reason with the Shadow Demon ban is that hero that the arrow. You're not just playing arrow around your Kunk, playing almost certainly in the mid lane. It's one of those Armel TNC classic. But at the same time, in the past, Kunk is well. I've even seen Kunk in the off lane, and here comes Grimstroke. This, for a long time, was the most coveted 5-position support, or just support in general. Nerfs here and there. It seems to be lower priority.
I still feel like this hero is gonna be tier pick. I saw your predictions.
Yeah,
it was the most picked hero that you chose.
Yep. I mean, I would have thought it was either going to be most picked or maybe banned too much, but then it got that small nerf, so now it's hopefully in this tier where it's not going to be banned.
You have 5 seconds.
The TNC definitely needs some kind of a solo ability that can be paired up with the. They don't have any right now besides X mark, and it's
a double X. You torrent one and boat the other, you know?
Is there enough space to actually hit torrent?
On 2, you mean?
Yeah.
Like when they're leashed together?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like you could maybe, if you position it perfectly and get them both right on the edge. You get that torrent AoE. Is that still on con?
Which one?
The extra AoE on torrent?
Oh no. Wow, that's gone.
Dire team.
I was a big fan. Rubik comes out for King Gaming, so there's their 4 position. Standard pick.
They need to pick an outlane here. Doom is still available if they want to go for that. When you pick a hero like Doom, you catch and X mark. I think that's enough.
Typically, you're thinking offlaners. Offlane is the one initiating fights or having some team fight potential. Doom, Doom itself is kind of a team fight by being able to delete the hero, but you catch Mirana arrow. Still, I mean, they have the X set up for it, but the problem's going to come like once King Gaming, carry's going to have a good only early mid game, but once BBs come online, it's no tool. If you're smoke ganking, how do you jump and kill someone?
Yeah, it's not the best ability to initiate with. I mean, if they have BKBs, if they have 4 staffs, it's easy to play around it.
Long and hard about this. Kind of way you want to chew through that reserve.
You can go for something lower cooldown, something like a Sanking.
And that's then you have got like another source. Bristleback. This is one of the heroes I heard a lot of people talking about. They think this is going to be played and picked a lot. Underrated core. Can be played in the safe lane, it can also be in the off lane. I feel like a lot more people actually talk.
He comes online so fast. The itemization is tanky enough, and there aren't too many counters for Bristleback. OD is already gone. They could go for anything that builds into Silver Edge. Slark is good. I think a good Slark game.
Even then, you've got Slark Ember. Kind of normally want to have, like with Ember, some kind of core that takes objectives, towers, Roshan, etc. And Slark is not it. You can still make it work and play for the lake, sure, but does kind of, you know, talk about drafting. There's a lot of boxes you want to tick to make sure a well-rounded draft, and I don't Slark tick some of those boxes that gaming are missing. Often with the AA, you see these like stunning carries, like the Sven was very popular. It's one of those heroes that can do okay against Bristle, like you have damage with the, but it takes a lot longer to come up Bristle. 1 or 2 items, Vanguard, Hood.
So correct. That's the item to go for on Bristle.
That's true. Forget the solo. Lifesteal. Lifesteal.
It's really good. They don't threaten him. They have nothing that goes through the raid. They need to pick some single target ability for a Grimstroke. So I would assume it's gonna be like a Master, maybe, or do. Assume Keen Gaming will ban out.
5 seconds left.
Talked about Kunkka X being good early mid game. Well, it's not really good at any stage of the game against the Lifestealer when he can just have to go. Very annoying pick because of that. Some hero to combat. Alternatively, you just don't have an answer for him, and you just build this scary like lineup that could towers maybe. Bristle gets a couple items, and you.
Yeah, but right now they don't have any tower damage. Bristleback can deal some, but it's not enough to play that fast. The Axe is good against Bristle. He just turns him around.
Axe, Legion's another one. Instead of needing the break, you just fight him. Sure.
The Legion is real. I like Legion Commander when there's Phantom Lancer, when there's a hero like a Batrider, so you have strong dispel.
Gaming pick first, and TNC had the choice of pick, and they chose second pick. They wanted to have this final pick. So right now their draft is kind of open. We don't know quite where this Miranda's going, whether it's war or support. I would kind of say exactly no.
One thing I'm hype about around TI time is because there's gonna be some stuff that we didn't see before, and we're gonna go, how did I not think?
Like some hero that's suddenly really good, or the meta is. It's funny because like every year I think we'll like see the groups or see a few team favorites. So I think quite goes according. Last year, the everyone thought was stronger. It was actually the weaker group that had like every.
You have 5
quite
seconds
big note
left.
coming when it's, you know, a bit more pressure when you're playing for 32, 33.
A little bit of pressure added.
Dire team pick.
Timber saw.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good answer for a Bristleback, and they don't have a counter for.
And that similar to like TNC, they have catch out of their mid. The Ember gives you some catch until stuff come online. So
yeah, but they're really limited with their last pick. They need to have a good hero against Timber, Lifestealer, and Ember. They don't have enough control for Ember Spirit. I don't think X Mark is that good because he can dodge it with the Slight, and there's really no follow-up besides the arrow.
At least Kunkka is one of those catches that's good for Timber Saw. If you've got damage to follow it up, like you X him, he can't just chain himself away. You've got to be able to kill him now during that period.
You also need a Spirit Vessel. Great against Timber Saw, so I'm wondering if Kunkka want to work towards that. It would be a core Kunkka. Kunkka is the hero that you can buy pretty much any item on him. the mid lane. But if Mirana is going to be played as position 4, should be the one buying it.
Well, as Ursa banned, that would have been such a good pick against both Lifestealer and now the Timbersaw. TNC,
They're running out of time.
They need a Timbersaw answer. It's going to be Arc Warden. Maybe not an answer per se, but it gives them a way to try play and win this game, which is go late game. Like, let's just take it as late as we can with this Arc Warden. What do you make of this here? I don't feel like either of us were expecting a Gabby Arc Warden to come out.
I feel like they just wanted to have a better late. Try to stall it, wait for... Usually you don't pick Bristleback with another hero who goes super... Bristleback is scary, especially, let's say, from 15-minute mark to 35 to 40, and then he kind of falls.
Yep. Well, we're going to see how it works out, because, yeah, you've got the super late game of the Arc Warden, the more early mid game of Bristol. I mean, theoretically, it's like, okay, we have a hero that can do well in the early mid game and a hero in the late game, but in Dota, normally you want heroes that get strong at the same time.
Yeah, but you also have, like, 3 great heroes come inside Arc Warden's bubble. Timbersaw does not really care about him. He wants to go in. He wants to be focused. He's going to be the one creating the chaos. Also, Lifestealer can infest him, so it's really easy to close the gap and kill the Arc Warden.
This is not where you would normally typically expect to see an Arc Warden. You think, oh, you're playing against range carries like, TB in the past with Metamorph. Arc Warden was like one of the counters to Terrorblade. But against these melee heroes, that 2 of which have gap closes, Ember or Timber just doesn't care anyways, because why Arc Warden? And I guess it's more about the ability to delay the game and stall with like split push, clone, to just shove out lane and be annoying.
Arc Warden became popular when Drow Ranger was also being picked a lot, so he was considered a counter to Drow Ranger lineups. Enter the bubble.
All right. Hop ourselves in at our first game here on the TNC versus Gaming. You've got player names on your computer. I don't know what's happening, but I have player names. We've got their in-game names to make things to their own.
Yeah, you can just watch my screen to know who's who. So it's gonna be so it's gonna be position 4 Mirana, Sobi Mask, 6 Tangos, and the Sentry Ward will buy a Ring of Protection. I see a lot of position 4s, even offlaners doing that kind of a build, especially on Enchantress, which I think is going to be picked a lot. 4 branches, Sobi Mask, and set of Tangos. Well, I love that screenshot you just took.
It's like, TI side guys, it's like the selfie, it's like, all right, that one's going straight on the social media. I was activating the little camera control. Also now I've got something here we go. So early ward planted down. It was the Kunkka or Mel who kind of scouted out a little smoke gank. Does look like TNC for the most part. Not really looking to contest. You've got most of their heroes. Kunkka was hiding in the trees. Arc Warden's hiding. And Radiant with a super deep. Crazy. Well, with a ward way up here.
The one on the top. I mean, it scouts the lanes, but I'm not sure what they're doing with that board.
I guess they really maybe want a certain laning setup, so they the lane match up their hope for. He is running from top down to bottom. Courier is running by mid, and it's going to be Courier snipe. Oh no, I think he mistimed it. Can he get the second right click? Yes,
there it is. He's gonna get it
to start TI. And the pause. TNC say hello. What's up? Checking my settings. Sorry, settings, guys. I bet the Grimstroke was like, don't pause yet, I'm going to kill the courier first, then we pause. Not
For a moment, I thought that he's not going to make it.
He was like, it looked like he went, he did go a little late, but he managed to jump. And who, the Grimstroke is what? Cuckoo?
Yeah.
Got some audio.
Well, here we go.
Fight through that one. Looks like okay, now we go. The audio echoes. We're good. We're back. Mid lane. Let's see what we got. Ember versus Kunkka. I feel like I've seen this matchup quite a bit, and where Kunkka used to obviously Oh, denies. But back at top, it's going to be a tri-lane aggressively from King Gaming. They want to go in nice and early on this Arc Warden, who's taking a lot of damage with the Cold Feet proc, but quite got necessary damage put together.
They wish it was an old AA with his chili fingers. Now it's only a single target ability. And I mean, you are playing with the Timbersaw in your team. You want to give him a solo XP on the side lane. Bristleback is tanking the bottom, but
a lot of damage.
top lane
is just a TP out. This lane kind of gets a lot harder because they got level 1 telekinesis. Like, they kind of go for that kill to set the Cold Feet, but not having Fade Bolt in a tri-lane versus tri-lane for that damage made quite a big deal, I feel.
Once they get the level 2, so much easier for them to play the lane.
Boys, Bristol battling it out down here. I guess this is a lane where Bristol just want to kind of void the Timber. That's why he's cutting waves from behind.
Like, he can't really pressure the Timber in the laning stage, so he's just getting as much as he can, trying to drag the creep wave to the neutrals. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Ember Spirit already forced back.
It doesn't have a courier, which is such a big deal in the mid lane. I'm sure Kunkka saw that and is just like, I'm going to play even more aggressive. Gets a bottle, wow. It's not your everyday courier adventure. A ground courier going to the secret shop, now down bottom. Right after going mid, it makes sense actually. The mid lane gets his items, and then your offlaner who wants his bottle to just keep on spamming quills is happy as well. Top, Mirana.
There's the arrow.
Yeah, leaps in, hits the arrow, and there should be a kill with the Spark Ray.
5 sticks.
They tried to leave it for the Arc Warden, I think. Oh, he's gonna live. He's gonna get.
He's gonna deny himself.
Oh, Mirana.
No, he gets him.
Hopeful. That's Tim's. Leaps in. Baits out Roshan to himself, but they kind of didn't expect those stick shots.
You don't have the sound.
Well, you gotta expect that. He's just stacking the Roche.
He had to use all 3 leaps, which quite a bit of time to recharge.
Yeah, but it got buffed, so it's not 60 seconds anymore. Now it's 45. He also has the bottle for himself and the Ring of Bassi, so a lot of mana regen.
Expiation, it is a 1x. Oops, right. We're going to kill up top onto Gabby. Mid lane. X into Torrent. Can they lamp the arrow? There's a lot of creeps here, and as a result, I don't think he can execute this kill. It's going to be King Gaming. Dash leaping on in. Hits the melee range arrow. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage with the Flame Guard up. One more right click with the tower shots, and Tim's gets another kill. Nicely done with the Mirana. Kills already. 4th position Mirana's back.
Oh, he gave bottle to Kunkka. Now he's gonna X mark himself, use the bottle, refill it.
Is this just Kunkka's bottle now, or does Mirana ever get?
She should get it back now. Mirana is stacking some creeps. Give me back my bottle, please.
Maybe Kunkka's just like, well, look, you want me to win my lane? Just give me a bottle. That's how you win mid lane. Free bottle.
Have you ever done that?
I have
a bottle
done that.
for someone?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I love playing like the super hard
I feel like you're
support.
lying right now,
No,
Gods.
I'm not. I'm a 6th position player at heart, you know? If I can, I used to be like, you get random gold, and I would random as support, I would buy my mid a bottle at level 1 path. And they're just like, wow, I just won my mid lane.
I am. If you drop your bottle, I'm gonna steal it. Just kidding.
Yeah, I know if I ever lend you my bottle to refill, it's not coming back. A good start for TNC. 5-minute bounty runes coming up, so we'll see if either team can set for those. Bristle down bottom definitely wants to refill his bottle with those. But back at top, it's going to be the Grimstroke getting initiated on the lift into Cold Feet. This is why they got that early point in lift, although now Ruben level 3, of course. So get the kill. And Ember, a solo kill.
That was just solo kill from Kunkka, and he was not even level 6.
Yeah. Okay.
He's being harassed a lot. Level 3 Tidebringer. Ember needs to go jungle.
Looks like it was bounty runes for TNC off the 4. Dire will scan on here. It's a rotate top from Grimstroke. Looking to come in from behind. They want to get some kills here. Probably just for this AA, perhaps? No, he's just trying to get a ward down. Mirana's going to arrow the siege. But gets down the high ground ward, which is why he scanned, just to get this ward. With the Trailing versus Trailing, this is such a nice ward to have. They are going to go in on Gabby on the Arc Warden here, going to bring him down. He just wants to take them around, and with him, it's going to be Tim's chasing on after. As he got the leap charges, he leaps forward again. He's looking for one last right click. He's not going to get the kill. Instead, it's going to be Arc Warden going down, and he used up 2 of his 3 leap charges and did not kill off Fruition there.
One thing I'm worried about is they don't have any kind of save inside of TNC. So once either Lifestealer goes in, a Timber, so we didn't talk about the Timber at all. Like, he's just sitting on the bottom lane, 20 magic wand charges, 3 points in reactive armor. Feels like he's unkillable at the moment, unless Kanka decides to rotate. He is still vulnerable to magical damage at this point.
Yeah, magical damage, they've got a decent amount here for the Kunkka, but Kunkka just drops the Ghost Ship. He's going to be A-okay. Mirana rotates in as well, and if anything, that looked like Kunkka was maybe going to turn around and get some kills there. And level 6 now.
And during the draft, I talked about Spirit Vessel Carrier. I'm glad that Kunkka is buying one, at least has one queued up. So double Bracer, gonna become so tanky with this guy.
Farming some jungle now that he's being kind of scared out of the lane, at least. Efficient play there, using the Tidebringer to hit multiple camps. Lifestealer only level 4. This is the problem with the aggressive Trialent. He's 3-0. He's farming okay. He hasn't got amazing CS, just the 32, but 13 to 9. Levels are really hurting.
If he's under-leveled, I would not be surprised if he is the one that buys Dome for him.
Buys it for himself.
No, someone else buys it
he's a
for
carrot.
him, sorry.
Cost, Channel, you're in agreed. He's looking to keep getting some kills up here. With the Bristleback TP rotation, Lifestealer, yeah, he's going to have to rage TP, which is...
It's that easy,
yeah.
Just TP out.
Bristle rotating in, so...
What do you feel about the raid bans against the Null Talismans against Racer? Like, which one is the best?
Magic resistant, health and magic resistant. It's like the dream. Dual Bracer every hero. But this top lane looking a bit dicey as Bristleback going diving on in. He's going to play around this whistle though, and he is not going to TP, so we'll see what Cuckoo can do here, as it does look like he is going to be punished deep behind the enemy tower. Abyssal down, that's all.
Yeah, that was extremely greedy. Dying, even if he got the kill on AA, it's still not worth it.
Quite paying off as he'd hoped for. Grimstroke to support taking over. Looks like Kunkka's just going to spend some time in the jungle, as is Arc Warden. Arc Warden doesn't really have a good place to go right now. Rubik will get picked off and found to the bottom lane. Kunkka rotation.
Kunkka realizes his role. He needs to create space for Arc Warden at this moment. He needs to be active. He's on top of a CS chart, 71 and 13. Has that urn flying to him. Every single time the boat is up, I would not be surprised. Arc Warden really not having a good 18 CS on him.
Ooh. Boat is one of those low cooldowns, so we could see a very active Kunkka here. Now it's going to be playing around this bottom lane, but the Lifestealer, not really the ideal hero to make plays on. They look for an arrow. Expect to have that initiation work too well for them. Come on in and start harassing with that Tiebreaker. Kind of probably knows he can't initiate here. Some good damage with this Tidebringer though, is really want to pressure this tower, but Lifestealer, I think he knows he's got TP support if they overcommit on.
He also has Infest, and even if they land an arrow from this short distance, he died. 1 point in Rage is more than enough. Fast 4 Magic Wand charges. They should try to play maybe on mid or top. Lifestealer is tough kill to get.
I think he kind of came down here because Lifestealer was playing top lane, but now Lifestealer's kind of just gone to wherever the Kunkka is.
And this is the build I love to see on Timber. So double Bracer, Soul Ring, Magic Wand. Look at his HP, 1600 HP.
And magic resistance, 37% stuff. And this Yule Scepter is going to kind of take away one of the key ways they kill him, which is that X initiation. Kind of defensively Yules to typically dodge some of those spells. Kind of turns into this big mind game.
First Moonlight Shadow used.
Look, they were using it. They dove in looking for a bit of a Their life still got low, but they used the Moonlight Shadow just to get out. Back at mid, they've got in looking for the Arc 1 kill. They're going to get it. It's going to be the Keen Gaming mid player getting excellent pull back. He did have the Remnant. He didn't get to the high ground though. He's still in the low ground here. They're slowing down the Bristle. He's trying to chase with the Tidebringer damage. It's getting pretty low there. Instead, they're going to go for the AA, the DD on the Bristleback.
300 damage on Bristle. That should be a tier 1 tower for sure.
Oh, life steal? I would expect so with the double damage wearing off, but they've still got a siege creep. So nice timing around this rotation, so they can get a tier 1 tower. And a tier 1 mid, one of the more important tier 1, will go the way of Cuckoo on the Bristleback.
And Timbersaw already saw what Ganka is going for, so he's building that Yule Scepter, which you mentioned. It's a Dispel, and also they kind of lack abilities to stop the TPs.
I mean, what's the game plan for TNC? Is it just delay for late game with Arc Warden? Or are they actually trying to fight with their other 4 heroes?
They can fight with the other 4 people. Every single time the boat is up, Bristleback doesn't have a big item yet. Has Vanguard queued up, farming the jungle at the moment.
Level 9. It's the same level as Ember. Crazy, actually. Just having a good time. He's basically a core hero at this point.
If he wants to transition into core, he can still buy a Maelstrom, even though from position 4 you expect him to go something like an Urn, a mech is good. You can also buy a Force Staff, which should be great of value here.
Up there looking for Mirana. Ice Blast coming in as well. They get the vision, another leap out. He'll just go for a TP. Telekinesis, not there. A little bit too far. It's an Arc Warden clone. That's gold though. Can they kill it before it expires? Yeah. Easy gold. Second mid. Looks like Kunkka found the AA. One of the easier kills for him to get. And he's completed his Spirit Vessel. Another reason why Timbersaw is rushing that Yule Scepter. And already has it, in fact. So, way to dispel off the Spirit Vessel charges.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
He might even need second Dispel.
Yeah, I mean, often you see Timbers get 2 or 3.
Yeah, either Lotus Orb, or he can go for Guardian Tree.
X. Nice Yule Scepter. Dodges it so he doesn't get hit by that long arrow, and it's going to be Mirana instead. Forced to leap away. Plus coming flying on in. It's going to hit a couple. Not getting him all too low here as Ember gets X'd up again, but I don't think there's too much falloff from TNC. Leave the dash alone.
Just pop the smoke. If they can get Arc Warden once again before he gets his Midas, they're pinging it out. He has no boots. Is he gonna stay? Oh, Sentry Ward is ready on Kaka if he wants to place it. He's dropping it.
Yep, they're gonna go for this kill. They really want to, and they should have it. Yeah, he's just gonna turn and fight. He wants to bring down the Rubik. He's gonna get the kill. Can he buy the Midas? Oh. He did. Ooh, what a player.
He actually got the kill before and bought the Midas.
Yes. That's huge for him. That kind of salvages that situation for him. And they're going to go back with the X into the arrow. Hits the Timbersaw. Didn't use this one off. And now the Starstorm follow-up. It should be enough damage. And yeah, they've got the kill with the Mirana. Really nicely done by TNC. Punishing that dive up top.
If someone TP's bottom, they might actually get a kill on Ember Spirit here. Here it is.
Yep, gets the silence to lead things off. He's got a stun to follow it up. Can the Ember get out of this one? He's been stunned before he can get rid of the silence. And it looks like Tim's with the follow-up. Is it going to be enough? He didn't have quite the necessary damage. He's not going to go leaping on afterwards as Ember double remnants away. Very close. And they're still hunting. Hits him with the Stroke of Fate. Remnant away.
He's out of remnants.
Got no TP. It's all cooldown for 15 seconds. He's going to look for another Stroke of Fate soon.
Arrow. One more leap.
Are they going for this? A leap into a Starstorm? No. Decide to let Ember go. I think a little bit afraid because of the Shrine. You could TP on in as well as, of course, heal yourself back up.
I think it was a risky play to go with another leap, but it would still be worth it.
Mirana, Tim's in a lot of trouble here. No more leaps left, and we'll get punished for this one. Yule Scepter making sure they got the bounty rune as well. Timber's going to get both those bounty runes bottom, while his team will get top. So 3 out of 4 bounty runes going in gaming. Very even game here at 15 minutes. X boat. There's boat stolen by the
boat.
Rubik. He's going to turn that around. That's going to mitigate some of this damage coming on in. Bristle, though, with that Tidebringer, is going to get the kill. And now Bristle's found a new target. It's the AA. The right-click damage. One more right-click. It's there. It's just enough. As Bristle now in all sorts of trouble. He's overcommitted. He's dying to the Timbersaw. That pure damage coming on in from the Chakram. Bristle will pay price.
Arrow.
Yeah, have they got the damage?
The vessel.
Silence? Yeah, they should be able to do this one. INTERCEPTOR is there. There should be another vessel. No, he's out of charges. Can they even kill him here? It's going to be Armel and someone in all sorts of trouble. He X'd him back in. Is there going to be another Starstorm? Couple of seconds. He gets the kill on the Timbersaw. Wants the Ember as well. And they'll get both. Really nicely done. The Arc Warden rotating in as well to get a kill. Armel has his Midas up and is a very happy camper.
There was no AA ulti, there was no Rubik because he died before that fight. TNC playing extremely well at this point, giving Arc Warden chance to come back into the game. He got his hand on Midas. This is the most important item on the hero, even though he didn't get it at the timing. It was, what, 14-15 minutes?
Yeah.
But still, they're playing so well with the other 4 heroes.
Gonna be an Ags build on the Mirana, it looks like now. The right-click transition, but is transitioning into a different kind of core. More one that maybe like pushes out lanes a bit.
Radiant's bottom tower is
A lot
under
of farm
attack.
tap on your 4
There is
position.
little it can do.
I don't say that in a bad way.
Yeah, Mirana with Ags, it was kind of a memey build. At one point, it was a bit OP, and then we twisted the numbers. It was way too long of a cooldown. Now it went down from 9 to 8 seconds, so it's pretty viable.
A lot of heroes rotating down bottom. It's going to be a TNC scan right on top of this smoke rotation. Bristle still may get caught here. The Ice Blast damage in the Timbersaw. They are going to lose Cuckoo. Boat comes flying in, but damage has been done. Timbersaw. INTERCEPTOR is kind of chasing for more. The Yules comes back up now. Find anything else. Doesn't look like it. Just the 1 kill for that smoke rotation. TNC will be too annoyed by that, but that's still a 3rd death on Cuckoo's Bristle. Not easy playing into the...
I feel like both of these teams have good counters, but enemy. Like you're playing Timbersaw into Spirit Vessel, then you have AA against Bristle, a lot of gap closers against Arc Warden.
Be coming in, Kunkka. The X to start things off. The Torrent doesn't time it, then he gets the Remnant away.
Once Kunkka gets a BKB, he's not dying. They have no damage whatsoever. They also can't lock him down, not enough stuns. The timing that the Keen Gaming is looking for is the Radiance.
Yeah, they're not too far away from
Oh,
that.
nice arrow.
Oh my gosh, they've got the combo with the Grimstroke, banging them two together. The Lifesteal are going to get thrown up in the air as well. He couldn't get the Rage off, and now the Stolen Boat coming on in, but it's too little, too late. The X-Back is going to pull the Rubik back in for a 3rd and a 4th easy kill.
That's a big set, and that's a big turnaround from TNC. Another great arrow from Tims to set things up. Also, they need this Timbersaw to take a fight. I was surprised that they decided to go for tier 1 tower or try to take a fight because Lifestealer did not have a Radiance there. He didn't even have Relic.
Oh my. Timbersaw was still down bottom and is going to find a free solo kill here potentially. Doesn't quite get the damage up what he was hoping for, and he's going to get stunned and silenced up. Still chasing, wants this Arc Warden, and will get the kill there. 11. Playing in the enemy base here, and will be out under the tier 3 tower.
That was a huge for TNC. And the BKB is finished on Kunkka to use the courier. There's no way he's dying. Also Bristleback tanking up. Vanguard finish Hood. Another arrow.
This combo, this Kunkka Mirana, you can see why they first 2 pick it. TNC showing they've got plenty of practice and experience using the 2 heroes. Timbersaw wants to run in and set something up. They've lost Ember though, so this is a bit of a bold play. Even though Arc Warden's dead, 1, Gabby's respawning soon, and 2, it's an Arc Warden. It's not a hero that's looking to fight.
Bounty.
They desperately need this Radiance on a Lifestealer. Even though it's not the greatest timing, he still needs to buy a full recipe, 1300 gold.
How much is it really going to do? Like, it doesn't feel like it's the item that necessarily changes the game, even though it is their timing.
Yeah, 2 cores on side of TNC are not gonna care about that Radiance. That's a Bristle with almost full pipe and Kanka with the BKB. Radiance is not gonna do that much. I feel like they missed their timings.
Do you think he should have maybe gone for that right-click build instead, with how this game's been going on the Lifestealer?
It could have been an option. Like if you go for Armlet Deso build, it's great against Kanka, it's great against the Bristle.
Top. That has the Interceptor, so instantly clear and push out waves. Now Blink Dagger queued up. This is like the old school kind of mid Mirana build, even the 4 position. Go this Ags Blink build and just double Starstorm out a wave, blink away if you get ganked. Very, very annoying build to play against.
Especially for support. We don't have any escape mechanism. AA and Rubik, we pretty much solo killed them.
There's now a Lotus Orb on Timbersaw, so he gets that second means of dispel. Important things that you need to get rid of this game. But we talked about TNC, they kind of just want to go late game anyways with Arc Warden, and they're ahead and they're going into the late game right now. We're only 22 minutes in, but by the time this Radiance comes up, it feels like gaming will be a little bit behind where they want to be.
Corden doesn't even have boots.
Not your everyday build you'd expect to see. Going for the Mjolnir first, you know?
If TNC gets another pick-off or 2 hero pick-off, they can easily turn that. Have Bristleback with 3 points in goo. More than enough. Double scan. One is gonna connect, the dire one.
They are. They may to go in. Gank this top lane. Shows up, but he's not the one with any catch, and I imagine Rubik will not be sticking around too long. TP's out. They're back in the enemy jungle. They've Moonlight Shadowed in. They're going to catch the Rubik here. Oh, he didn't actually get the X arrow because Kunkka was lifted up in the air, and they should still be able to kill the Rubik. Maybe not. The damage is not quite there initially. Kunkka's still diving for it, but he's being punished. Has the BKB. Will he need to pop this one defensively? They're going to Soulbind 2 together here with the double silence.
Just run.
Yeah, I think TNC realized this is not a fight they want to take, and ooh, couldn't get the Interceptor off in time. TP out. Save Grimstroke, so. Nice lift from Rubik, because the arrow, he couldn't pull the X back when he's lifted up in the air there, so kind of saves his life with that lift.
King Gaming wanted to take that fight because Radiance was just delivered to Lifestealer. I have a feeling that TNC wants the fight right now. Arc Warden has level 15. Mjolnir is ready. Also, we didn't talk about Mirana's talents. She went for HP on level 10 and arrow cooldown, so it's a 10-second cooldown. If somehow this game drags, you're gonna pick up Spell M talent on 20 and multi-shot arrows. That so talent is so good.
That 10-second arrow cooldown is so nice when you're playing this aggressive. And speaking of which, it's going to be a long 5-second arrow mid followed up by a poke. They haven't quite got the damage to kill him off though. Mirana in all sorts of trouble. The lift to follow the cold feet. They lose Mirana. The X back is going to pull in the Timbersaw. They bring him down. Rage wearing off. Can they catch up to this lifesteal? Looks like they're going to change direction. Instead, go for the supporting cast. The Rubik going to be X as well. The stolen arrow coming into play, but doesn't matter too much as they will bring down Rubik as well.
The question is, do they want to go for a Roche right now? They don't have Mirana. She has a buyback though. Maybe if Kunkka had a BKB, they would have gone for Roche. There's still tier 1 tower on the top, so they're just gonna go and play it safe.
And this was being one of the big changes for TNC, is that as a team, they're so much more disciplined than they used. I think people talk about how like the last 4 or 5 months they've looked a whole lot stronger, and a big part of that is the fact they're just playing things safer. We see here the replay of this fight. It started off okay for King Gaming as the Mirana got caught, but it's a support kill, whereas they lose their Timbersaw. And the fact is, you kind of have to treat this Mirana like a core, but there's too many cores on TNC's side to deal with right now.
This Timbersaw, even with the Lotus Orb and the Interceptor, it's not enough for him to survive. He doesn't have any magic resist. No Holy Locket, no Hood, so Kunkka still shreds through him. Also against Mjolnir, maybe that could have been a pickup.
Gaming's next. Yeah, they really got much going for them if they just keep farming more for the late game. Are they gonna hit any big scary items, you think?
On side of Keen?
Yeah.
Well, Lifestealer still has like 4 slots left. Ember Spirit is also struggling with his farm.
Is it items that'll change this game though, do you think? Or is TNC's draft just the scarier late game?
When you're playing against the Arc Warden, it always feels like the enemy. When you have Arc Warden on your team, you don't better late game.
Middle tower is learning to
See if they've got the answers. It would definitely put their abilities to test here. Playing down 10k gold into an Arc Warden late game. Not impossible, but definitely difficult. We did talk about though, you know, they've got 3 heroes. They don't really care about the Arc Warden bubble. So they've got ways to actually get on top of Arc Warden and kill him. Which is perhaps what they've got going for them. Normally you see Arc Warden picked in these games where if you get late game, you just instantly win. This feels like one of those games where, you know, they can actually still deal with it. Bristle back, caught by the Ice Blast, but with the Hood damage, he's blocking a lot of this damage. All the mitigation is there. The X back on the Timber Saw, he's trying to chain himself away. The INTERCEPTOR will dodge the X pullback. Looks like TNC will not commit too hard for any kind of a kill there, as they do have some split bottom. Warden gonna go charging in. Can he get some extra gold out of this one? Be close. He's got it. Plus 300 gold.
300. Look at HP on
gold.
Kunkka. He's level 20, extra 25 strength, sitting on 3.5k HP.
And
We're gonna round it up, almost 4,000.
And with all this armor now, he's got an AC completed, 33 armor.
Your admiral is on board.
Incredibly tame. You mentioned you like the double braces on Timber. It's Kunkka going for the same build as well.
It's kind of a standard build on Kunkka days. Seems like a lot of these all shut up, go quads. Never mind, that's only a replicate.
That's still gold. It's 300 gold. That's basically a hero kill. That adds up, and they're looking to fight this mid lane. The arrow is going to be dodged by the Raid. Tier 1 tower being focused here by the Lifestealer. They're going to leash 2 together. The Ember there, who's going to get infested with the Lifestealer inside. Can he remnant his way out of this one? No, he's being pulled up in the air, and Lifestealer does not have range. This is a disaster for Keen Gaming. Oh, they've lost Ember, who's going to instantly buy back, but this fight's already over and lost. The Ember needs to be careful not to die again. He remnants away. Mirana's going leaping on forward. Another leap is
Arrow,
in.
it's gonna hit.
Ooh,
There's no follow-up though.
I think Mirana was like, where are we, guys? Did we go again this one? Arrow's stolen now. As team's position a bit. That's a dead Lifestealer, and Ember brought back, so TNC. Very strong commanding position now.
Killed 2 cores, didn't lose anything. TNC is just building the advantage at the moment.
They're continuing to kill these Arc Warden Tempest doubles, but it's gold, but it's not really.
It's not real gold.
Well, it's real gold, but it's not really like any kind of
It's
an
not
advantage.
24 karat.
Yeah. People are okay and happy with their knockoff stuff. For Arc Warden, it's like you feed away that 300 gold, but it's getting you 300 gold every time you send it to another lane, and it's pressuring lane. So strategically, yeah, you're giving up gold, but you're keeping every lane shoved out, and that's helping your team find good.
And I love the pickup on him. Decided to go for Shadow Blade. Like you have Invis, you have Mirana's ulti, so they need to invest a lot of gold into sentries. Sentries are limited. You only have 10 of those.
Also means that Tempest double, maybe he's going to be feeding a little bit less when he's double
Yeah,
lane.
so both of the supports will need to invest a lot of resources into buying sentries and dust.
Radiant scan, this feels like it's go time. Quite got the AC on Lifestealer. He's close to it though. Couple hundred gold. They want to fight over these bounty runes up top. Timbersaw looks like he's king of the bounty rune. The Bristleback running on in as well. It's going to be a brawl coming out here. The Bristleback needs to be careful. Hit by the Ice Blast. He's getting low, but it's also Timbersaw. Defensively, Yules is himself. Can he chain himself out of this one? But with the torrent timing, that Yules just sets up an easy torrent. They'll trade Bristleback for the Kunkka, so a bit of an even trade so far. And with the Infest blink out, nicely played by the Lifestealer. Instead, it looks like Kunkka is going to find the AA instead. Easy Starstorm follow-up, and Kunkka another kill. HERMES is just beasting it here.
Another X. Arrow.
Yep. Didn't hit the torrent or the arrow. Not sure where the arrow went. Lifesteal's going to go charging forward. He's going to rage. Be out, as you do. Didn't have any detection or a way of going on the Grimstroke Glimmer Kick.
And on the bottom lane, you have this Arc Warden, Tempest Double, dealing some damage to tier 3 tower. They need to address that problem. Also, I don't feel like there's real item progression on Timbersaw. Like, this Lotus Orb is not doing much. If you wanted to get a second Dispel, I think Guardian Greaves would have been better. Just to tank up your team. And there's not good spells to echo back, right?
Like, is there any benefit to being able to use on your team? I guess like Lifesteal has Rage and Ember has Remnant, so maybe not so much. Here you go. Well, HERMES Kunkka 10-0-9 put him on their fantasy team and now are rejoicing. Did you do some fantasy Dota, Lacoste?
Nah, I'm not into that stuff. I'm into real. Like, this is me.
The X Torrent attempted. This one will latch on. He's gonna Remnant away afterwards. Mind game, you know. Try and Remnant away too soon, too late. Do you go for that Torrent as a Kunkka, or is he gonna dodge it? AC completed on Lifestealer. He's got the boot up, and he is going to be hitting that level 20 talent. You got to imagine the evasion kicking in.
Oh, evasion's gonna. Against Kunkka, Mirana, even Bristol, Arc Warden as well. And the Arc Warden going for solo pickup.
Do you like this? Oh, it's the Orchid into Nullifier. The Doom build. Orchid, someone you nullify them. They can't use their items. They can't use spells. What do you do?
Was that a question? Like, you just die?
What do you do? There's one solution.
There is one solution. That's Lotus Orb.
Oh. Well, you can't use it if you nullify. I guess your teammate. Your teammate could use it. They're gonna...
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah. The other solution, the one, if you worry about getting solo kill, is the Aeon Disc. You can actually get out of the nullifier, maybe.
But you can also nullify the Eon.
Correct.
Like, if you proc it with the, say, from Shadowblade hit, Eon Disc procs, and then you just remove it.
And then you
nullify it.
Yeah. I don't get this. Kunkka goes charging on in. He's going to be instantly forced to BKB. There was a Lifestealer infested who's going to cause some problems here. And Bristleback trying to commit to this tower here. I think TNC just have to get out. Nice arrow from a far. Catch the Timbersaw. Ember's going to go charging in. I think TNC needs to get the hell out of this one. They don't have the Arc Warden with them. The Ice Blast going to go flying on in as well. Doesn't catch the Bristle. Mirana has Leap Charger still. Needs to maybe get to the high ground here. There's another Starstorm leaps away. There's just so much kiting going on here. Bristleback's going to go charging on in with a BKB. He wants this AA, who's going to be forced to just TP on out. Cuckoo, his BKB wearing off. He's in trouble once this expires. Another arrow goes flying. It's going to catch the Timbersaw, but I don't think they've got the damage for this one. It's got a hard Tarask here. They're getting him low, and it's going to be Tims instead on the Mirana going down. Too aggressive coming in from him. The stolen arrows flying back at TNC.
But the bottom lane, Parker.
Yeah, I was wondering what was happening. Where this Arc Warden is, there's your answer. Range tracks down.
And now they're saying go. They want to take a fight because they have vision of a Lifestealer who just TP'd back to the bottom lane to defend. But these teams are extremely tanky. Timbersaw has a heart right now, 4,000 HP. Kunkka, pretty much the same. So, and you have a Bristle on your team as well. So we're not going to see any straight up kills. No one's going to die straight away.
I mean, we see that fight lasted for so long with basically nobody dying. It wasn't until the Mirana overcommitted that she pays the price because she thought she could kill this Timber. I don't blame her, but that's a 4k HP Timber with a lot of magic resist. Bounty runes. Looked like Cuckoo was going for some up top. Doesn't quite get him, and there is going to be an arrow follow-up. The stolen arrow. The boat's going to help with some damage mitigation. Said they're going to change target. They're going to go find the Grimstroke instead. Get out the Soulbind and Keen
Gaming, 15,000 net worth lead deficit for them, but they are in the driver's seat at the moment, it feels like. I mean, but there's still not a real... We didn't see a real team fight with Arc Warden.
It's kind of like a 5v4. It's ever so slightly. I think Arc Warden might be coming in for this fight here, but they've caught Tim's here. Can he get himself out of this one? He doesn't manage to do so. Has buyback if you want to use it. We're going to see double buybacks coming into play. Bristleback turns, pops the BKB with help of the Force up away. And now maybe it's time for Keen Gaming to get the hell out of this one. The Timbersaw has a package inside. It's the Lifesteal. I think he's just trying to get him the hell out of this one. The boat follow-up is there, and they're getting him very, very low. Can they kill him? Lifesteal's going to pop out. Turn and fight. Hasn't got rage for a couple of seconds. Doesn't have mana as well. With the one charge, it should be able to turn and fight this one as Kunkka gets bashed, and Kunkka's in all sorts of trouble. Pops the BKB, goes for the TP. Where's the bash? Where's the bash?
There
He
it
gets
is.
it at
Keen
the end.
Gaming.
Keen Gaming get a second kill, down 15k gold. It's now just 10k gold with those buybacks, and they're charging forward.
Tower is under attack.
That AC is doing God's work. The minus armor for the enemy team and extra armor for them. Also Timbersaw with this heart. Man, he's so tanky. They're trying to focus him as the first target. I don't think that's the go-to plan.
He got 925 gold from killing Kunkka, who was on a beyond godlike streak. And now onto the high ground we go. There is buybacks, but do you really want to use a couple more? They may have to here. Gabby doing what he can with his double, and Lifesteal just gets deleted. Okay. Down he goes, and Bristle's chasing for more. Once his Rubik should be able to get him one more right click. Okay, arrow not going to be needed. Bristleback gets it, and
They need to run straight into Roche Pit. Oh, they couldn't get this one. Get the Aegis. I mean, Bristleback just bought back. Arc Warden does not have... Okay, he does not have enough money for a buyback. And Keen Gaming, they realize they need to contest the Roche. So buybacks are coming.
they are holding on to Life Sealers, which definitely not a buyback you want to use, but if it comes down to contesting Roche or not, you may have to. The nice thing about these 10-second arrow cooldown is you can just constantly throw them out. Nice lift. It's going to save AA's life there, I want to say. Throw those arrows out to just get yourself vision into Scout. The Roshan pit, they go nonetheless. With Lifesteal not buying back, they feel like they can go for this one. Miranda's going to be arrowing it as well.
Roche is going to go down so quickly.
Enters
the
nearby, though.
Goo and the Medallion. AA still has ulti.
Scouted out. Are they going to go for some kind of a steal here? What's the play? They don't want to buy back the Lifesteal. It's still 18 seconds without him, and Roshan looks like he's just going to go down. Rubik blinks in, doesn't time it right. The Aegis is picked up by Dr. Stone. That's the bristleback of Cuckoo, and Rubik. Costly play. He did not have buyback as well. Going for that without buyback.
It's a risky play, but I think it's worth it. If he gets it there, because Bristleback already used the buyback, that's a lot of BB using a BB. Do people get triggered if you call Bristleback a BB?
No. It's okay being referred to as a BB. Well, that's one of his many pronouns, BB, the old Bristol. I mean, it was brilliance from Keen Gaming there in the mid game, but haven't quite managed to pull ahead of it. Instead, it's TNC who kind of restabilized, get an Aegis. Are playing without a couple of their buybacks, so you need to be a little bit careful here.
Can he do it?
Can who do it?
Can he kill the tower?
Oh.
Through the backdoor
It's
protection.
extreme. No, he can't to answer your question, but he can kill it with his grip.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
See some 25s coming out soon. That's kind of the next thing I'm looking at. Arc 1 hits his, and oh yeah, everyone's favorite Spark Wraith damage. Always a big scary one.
AoE, I mean, it's not AoE, but it's you place a finger of death, basically.
I don't know if he had it for that last fight when they deleted the Lifesteal, or if that was just the right... It looked more like the right clicks with the Soulbind from Grimstroke silencing people up too. Miranda's 25, also a scary one, the more arrows you typically imagine, but I mean both are really good.
Both are extremely good, but I would go for multi-shot arrows there. Talent, arrow cooldown, 10-second, 3 arrows. It also gives vision, that's the big part of it.
Those arrows will eventually hit. There's 3 of them flying around. You can't dodge them all the time. Arrow, when you see it coming, is one of those spells that's pretty easy to sidestep. It's inevitably going to hit someone.
I love what TNC is doing. They don't have too many single targeted spells to combine with Soulbind, so they are building items. You have this Arc Warden with the Orchid Nullifier.
The
Even
way
Spirit
up
Vessel
for it.
works.
TNC, despite having his Aegis, are kind of just playing it slow and chill though.
Swifter than ever.
Double damage bottle off for Kunkka as well. It's Daedalus, so crits can start doing some work in these fights as well. Looks like they are just going to slow down this pace. Instead of the BKB, Mirana ended up going for Lotus Orbs. Have a bit of extra Dispel and Save.
Great against Lifestealer, removing the chains from Ember Spirit. Also has a Force Staff, as we talked about. It's a really good item. Just kiting potential to what Mirana has right now is
Timber!
Nullifier.
It was mid-air. It's flying across the map. He was close to catching him there. Still gonna hit him.
I think it's gone.
But yeah, maybe he disjoints it.
Allies disappeared.
Fire is just turning to reality right now.
So Timbersaw needs 1 CS to get himself to level 25. I assume he's gonna go for Whirling that, since he's playing against the 2 strength heroes, but the Timber Chain is also good against the Arc Warden to close the gap. You just get on top of him. He decides to go for level 25. There it is.
Healed up yet. There we go. Whirling Death attribute and Ghost Ship Fleet. Multi-ships. Gunning for this Timbersaw. Catch him again. Fire.
Tower is under attack.
28% stats loss against Bristol and Kunkka. You're not just stealing the stats, you're also stealing their magic resist on top of it.
Perfect. It's found out. Nullifier cancels TPs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just twice in a row he's TP'd out as the Nullifier was mid-air. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm not going crazy. That Timbersaw is really pushing the limit. I'm sure he's just like, both those times where he TP's out just barely. Thanking his lucky stars. Who else is Lifestealer, Ember, Mirana, 85's coming up. Lifestealer, what? Rage duration, you got to imagine. Ember. Sleight of fist charges, or?
I think he's gonna go for the left, Alan.
Okay.
Sleight of Fist seems way better when you're playing EL Illusion.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
And the Aegis expires without too much high ground attempt, and it's very much a case of TNC may have had Aegis, but their buybacks were down, and their lineup doesn't exactly push high ground easily. Whereas Radiance defends high ground incredibly well.
Now you have Rubik, Timbersaw, Slight.
This time around, Part 1's there waiting. The trap was laying, and he gets pummeled.
You might be tanky, but against 2 Arc Wardens and the whole enemy team, Bloodthorn, Nullifier.
Yeah, the crit. And they finally catch him out there. They are going to pull back the Bristle with the Ice Blast here. He doesn't go for the BKB and says he's going to get full stuffed away. BKB now. They're trying to get some extra damage on this tower with the Ghost Ship Fleet and be a stolen top. The spell he was hoping for. Bit of damage dealt to the tower there, but significant by any means. Timber dead. It looks like Keen Gaming have no issues defending high ground without Bristle.
Yeah, I feel like TNC does not want to fully commit.
Yep.
New Roche may respawn in a minute. Wait for that, because Arc Warden can pressure the side lanes, give them the info where the enemy heroes are, and Roche just dies so quickly with the Bloodthorn and Goop.
Rubik, no. Has Ghost Scepter. Didn't have detection. Yeah, right about to die, I want to say. Nullifier there as well. Rubik does not have a escape for that. Back at top. There we go. Triple arrows flying around.
I like this gem pickup, because they have a lot of invis and the sentries are now limited. They're not going to be able to see them.
You want all the sentries on the map and also take out all the radiant vision as well, ideally. They've got a lot of vision down in this bottom jungle, but TNC...
They're not playing the bottom part of them. The only one who's at the bottom is Arc Ward and Tempest up.
Backdoor protection. There is no backdoor protection. Creeps one in mid, so he's doing permanent damage. And
Rubik's dead.
yeah, permanent damage to Rubik's life. So I say permanent damage, it does have that health regen. 700 damage dealt. Not instantly healed by the backdoor protection, but will be healed over time. Just gonna keep sending some doubles in down that bottom lane. That's gonna be the play. Has a blink dagger now instead of the shadow.
Arrow.
Ooh, hits
Connects on Ember.
They're pinging it. It looks like they want to go for the building damage. They're playing it safe, and then it's going to be Arc 1 blinking in with the Nullifier. He broke the Lincolns. Trying to get those right clicks in. Doesn't quite have the damage with the Arc Warden, and he will lose his Tempest double. Still, permanent damage dealt to this tier 3 tower.
Level 25 Mirana. What a zoning tool. They can keep doing this. If the lanes are pushed in, she uses the arrow for the vision. They need to reposition themselves, and then they just deal the damage to the tower.
Slow and steady.
We have
TNC.
3 hearts in this game.
Everyone likes being tanky, I guess. Hunker with a Hex queued up. I mean, you talk about getting items to combo with the Grimstroke. That's one of the... That is the best.
Grimstroke also has one queued up.
TNC's lineup is scaling in all roles, and once again,
Bottom lane, pushed in.
doesn't look like Arc 1 to his double did, where has another one if he wants to send it down there. It is a melee Rax, and I think right now King Gaming very focused on Roshan, so this bottom melee Rax...
That's a lot of spark rates in the Roche pit.
Oh yeah. I know what that
We've
means.
seen that before when Miracle played it, but he had Arcane Rune, right?
Yes. Quite the same outcome. Goes in looking again. The lift is there. Save the Ember's life. These doubles. So obnoxious to play into. You get gold for him at least, but I don't know, it doesn't feel good to get 300 gold at this stage of the game. Because you're just constantly on the back foot. It doesn't matter. It's not about the gold here, it's just about where you're forced to play on the map, and as a result, TNC, this is a free Roshan.
Cheese and the Aegis. Arc Warden is running out of slots. I mean, he can still buy Moonshard, INTERCEPTOR.
Spawns a Rune Fort. Oh, yeah. Potentially pretty good. Oh,
if you get double damage or if you get
Arcane
Rune, it's so good.
Yeah.
On certain heroes, the loot can be extremely good as well.
Shabby, but you're not going to buy an Axe.
Well, he's gonna buy it eventually if this game frags.
That's true. You get instant gold. And they're just going in. They're looking to hit some buildings here. They're zoning with the arrows as well as the ghost ship. It's literally just zone King Gaming away by throwing these spells, hitting arrows. They're going to hit these arrows. Mirana falls up. They're not really looking to commit on this one. I think they know it's much more important to take the objectives, and they are taking the racks here, but Hunker needs to be careful. And it's got the Aegis, the 4-stubs help keeping him alive. The Bash is going to hit on the Bristleback, but they don't really want to leave their base here. And it's a tier 3 tower plus range racks. And it looks like Arc 1 is sending himself or his double down bottom here. He's sending his double in to go for the backdoor play down bottom. So while all this distraction happens up top, it does look like bottom melee racks. Can they kill it off? He's got BKB now. I love this pickup just to make sure they can take some of these objectives. It's going to be close. I think they've got the damage for it.
He's got more than enough, and on the top lane,
they got
another one's going down.
Yep. Death by 1,000 cuts. TNC don't care about taking the kills. They would take them if they came to them, but King Gaming so annoying with their high ground defense, and TNC are just finding ways to bit by bit break their base.
Another arrow on Ember Spirit.
they're so disciplined. Like, they hit these arrows, but they're never following it up and overcommitting for kills.
They can just play this slowly. They don't have to risk anything at this point. You can always go in. There's no burst damage inside of Keen Gaming. There's not enough stuns to keep the play, so they can go in. BKBs are down to 6 and 5 seconds. Bristleback and Kanka can just go in, hit the tower, Arc Warden as well, repeat every single tower up.
So has an Octarine Core. Acceptor queued up as well, so there will be more damage coming out, but it still feels like there's going to be constant problems, not having quite enough damage, and also just not being able to deal with every single lane being pushed in. And I guess the good news is, once you're down to your tier 4, they can't split push you anymore. You just stand at your tier 4s. There's a Relic destroyed. Is that a Rapier? Oh no, it's a Nullifier. Go ahead, queue it up.
Well, at least you know from which side they're gonna enter. It's gonna be mid, so you can prepare for defending the mid lane.
Well, you say that. Watch some like Spark Breaks, Tempest Doubles go in bottom or top for the tier 4 towers.
They have a sentry.
Coming, but at this point, Arc Warden just seems keen on using this BKB to take objectives. Plan or not. Arrows and Torrent, they are just looking to force these towers here. Arrows continue to go flying out here, and it's going to be Mirana leaping on forward. Didn't quite have the damage to kill off the Rubik, who did get kept alive with the Grimstroke, the Glimmer Cape. And the arrows just continue to go flying, and it's going to be a tier 3 tower. Looking to be plenty. Timbersaw getting so incredibly low. The Ember forced to buy back. The Ice Blast is going to land on 2, but the damage just isn't really there. They're kiting with these 4-stars, and there's just nothing Keen Gaming can do. They just can't keep these heroes in place. They're falling one by one, forcing out these buybacks. 3 buybacks used already. TNC may just say, let's just, you know, re-engage, reset a little bit, but they're being chased after here. I think Keen Gaming feel now, it's now or never here. The arrows going flying up, forcing them to kind of disperse. It's so hard to chase when these arrows are just flying at you. Warden will throw in one last Tempest Double. This one maybe just going to feed away some gold. The arrows again going flying. Doesn't latch on anyone. The leash, though, is there. Soul Binding 2 together. Mirana's got leaping in with the double Sarstorm. Doesn't quite kill the Rubik here. Lifestealer still leashed. Will get the Rage away. And with Rubik dead for 100
No buyback on Rubik.
Whew. Not looking good. Timbersaw pulled back in. He's got no buyback as well. And this is looking like the end for Keen Gaming. A cleave from the Kunkka. Slices through the Lifestealer's life. And it's GG. 53 minutes. Keen Gaming, they fought hard and long. They were so resilient, but it's TNC.
Yeah, I love the patience from TNC. Arc Warden did not have a good time early on, but the other 4 played so well, created the space for Arc Warden to come back into the game, and the itemization was perfect on their side. Even though I'm not a big fan of Grimstroke, and when you don't have any single target abilities, they itemized perfectly. They had Spirit Vessel on Kunkka, picked up as a first item to